ancestral homelands of the Ho-Chunk, Sauk and Fox, and Dakota peoples. We celebrate and honor these lands and their sacred significance to Indigenous peoples. I would also like to highlight and acknowledge that today is Indigenous Peoples Day, and to reemphasize the board's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion as we continue to seek to understand the historical injustices and ongoing challenges that Indigenous peoples face. We welcome the opportunity to learn and engage more with the Indigenous communities in our district, and we express our gratitude for their continued contributions to our community. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Board Clerk Maggie Smith, would you please call the roll?
Lindsay Need. Here. Maggie Smith here. Bridget Todd Robbins.
Here.
Barb Wench.
Here.
Kevin Zilke.
Here.
Jennifer Deek.
Here.
Khadijah Islam.
Here.
Chris Lau.
Here.
All right, with 7 of the 7 board members present, I declare a quorum. I note that the agenda has been posted, distributed, and sent to the local media. With this in mind, are there any changes to this agenda? I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as published.
So moved.
Chris has moved.
Second.
Maggie has second to approve the agenda as published. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve the agenda as published, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The motion to approve the published agenda has passed. And we do not have any public participation this evening. So we are moving on to recognition and thank yous. Dr. Mueller.
Yeah, so tonight I would like to start with, we have a special recognition for our school board members in honor of School Board Week. So I'd like to have our special guests come up forward, and we have they have something to share with you.
Dear Holmen School Board members, with it being Wisconsin School Board Week, we wanted to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude for the tremendous work you do behind the scenes. Your dedication does not go unnoticed, yet it plays a crucial role in shaping our schools and ensuring our students receive the best education possible. We know that serving on the board requires significant time and effort, often taking you away from your families and personal commitments. Your willingness to make these sacrifices speaks volumes about your commitment to our community and its future. It is inspiring to see how you advocate for our students, teachers, and schools, all while balancing your own responsibilities. This thank you gift is a collaboration of our Intro to Engineering and Graphic Design classes. From all the students and staff at Holmen, we sincerely thank you for your support and commitment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Love it.
Amazing.
All right.
That's so cool.
You want the coasters too?
Yes.
Thank you.
So this just shows you, isn't that amazing? And very well said. You did an awesome job.
Oh,
Nice job.
so.
And thank you, Mr. Reagan, and
Wow. That is so cool. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Right. Then next, also, we just would like to take time to officially welcome our new staff, and we have a couple of them here. A few of them were here with us this evening. If the three of you could come forward, and if you could introduce yourselves and just share a little bit about what you're helping us out and what you're doing as your service in the district, and anything else you'd like to share.
Go first.
I'm Adam Logging. I'm on the new bus drivers for the district. I also work athletics over at the high school, so I'm on the coaching staff. This is my 19th year on the bench here for Holmen. Been doing a lot of stuff for athletics for years at Holmen, but took on a new role as a bus driver this year, and I actually love it.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Yes.
Here. My name is Jamie O'Neill. I teach agriculture at Holmen High School. And two past experiences that are relevant is I used to teach at Lausanne American High School in Switzerland for 3 years. And I worked for 8 years at Grow, some people say Grow Lacrosse, doing farm to school stuff, gardens, and bringing students out to farms. So this is a really exciting position. I've been excited, especially because 10 or 12 years ago, board member Maggie Smith actually organized a farm to school meeting out here, and I attended it as part of Grow, and she showed us the cool stuff that Roger King and the agriculture department was doing, and such a leader for our community. So excited to be part of that, and also just so excited to be in a community that really embraces the agriculture education, as even though I've worked a lot in STEM and core classes, a lot of students feel they belong in agriculture or find a belonging there. So thank you for all you do.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Stefani. I'm the Director of Information and Technology, and I've been in education for 20 years, serving in various roles: an instructional support teacher, library media specialist, gifted and talented teacher. In 2020, I earned, through COSIN, Certified Educational Technology Leader. I'm the chair of Wisconsin Educational Technology Leaders. I'm passionate about AI, STEM, makerspaces, and getting underrepresented populations into coding and computational thinking. I just want to thank you for welcoming me into the district.
Welcome. Thank you.
I just want to recognize, like, wow, what amazing folks that we have here, and just what you bring to our district and to our students. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, this week is National School Lunch Program Recognition Week. So we'll have many people coming to join us and serve lunch for our students in that. And we just like to take this opportunity to thank our nutrition services staff for all they do to make sure our students are fueled and ready to learn each and every day. And then October 21st through the 25th is National School Bus Safety Week. We celebrate our bus and van drivers and thank all of them for their commitment to getting our students to where they need to go. And also just really take time to really watch when you see the buses, and make sure that we're watching for our little children, especially now that it's getting darker a little bit earlier, darker in the morning too, just to make sure that we're watching out for them and watching for those stop signs and red lights. And then lastly, the Lacrosse Autism Foundation recently donated $2,000 to help our Adaptive Sports League program, and we just want to thank them for their generosity and support of that. So thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to reports and discussion. Item 8.1. Executive Director of Instructional Services, Kim Edwards, will present the ESSA Title I report. This item is for report only.
Good evening. I have a little help with tonight's presentation. I have Bridget Farron with me. She's one of our Title I teachers over at Sand Lake. So this is really a look back on last year. So ESSA is the Every Student Succeeds Act. Its goal really is to provide all children significant opportunity to receive that fair, equitable, and high-quality education, and really to focus on closing those educational achievement gaps. And you'll see that also represented in our district's Title I program mission as well. So Title I is just one of several of the ESSA programs, but its goal really is around providing support for universal education or universal instruction, really focusing on those current research-based interventions, which Bridget will talk a little bit more about when we turn over her. Our team really works on engaging, on ongoing collaboration with our families and our teachers, and then really work on providing that safe and nurturing environment for all of our students. And then, of course, always remaining really current and best practices, and doing a lot with professional development, and are honestly a fabulous I couldn't do what we're doing with Act 20 and all the things in ELA without this crew. So huge kudos to them. So several years ago, we were able to transition from a targeted assistance program to school-wide programs within our elementary buildings, which really allowed us to embed the work that we're doing as part of our continuous improvement. So it's really what you see at the level in terms of, at the district level in terms of continuous improvement is also echoed down at the building level. So you see 3 pieces up here that are required as part of a school-wide program. So the first is really doing that needs assessment to analyze where are our areas of need, then creating that program with measurable action steps and metrics to measure our growth, and then to continue to reevaluate and make sure that we're hitting those goals and maybe changing things up along the way to make sure that we're as impactful as we possibly can be. So our title program is really embedded as part of our equitable multi-level systems of support. And so while all of our buildings we work on really having strong universal instruction, we also have systems of support for students who need them in real time. So we usually have 3 buildings, the elementary level, who qualify for Title I services. Last year, Evergreen Elementary did not qualify. So we divvied up the Title I funds that we received between the 2 remaining buildings that did qualify, Sand Lake and Viking. So you see that their FTEs were just a little bit higher last year. This year, Evergreen is back on, so we've just shifted a little bit. So it's kind of just that playing the number game with that. But regardless, we always strive to really provide the supports needed for our families and students. So with that, I will turn it over to Bridget to talk a little bit more about the program that is at Sand Lake.
Okay. The first bullet is evidence-based interventions to match student needs, and that falls under both reading and math. We've done a lot of research and shifting with Act 20 and the science of reading to align our interventions with that. You'll see that Amber Taze is also listed on there. She's another interventionist there, and we do classroom team teaching. We have the What I Need win times where we run small groups, but there's some parts of the day where all the students are at lunch or recess or in a universal instruction, core instruction we can't pull from. So we'll team teach. Right now I'm team teaching in a 2nd grade math classroom for the year, and Amber is team teaching ELA with a 5th grade teacher. We meet regularly with parents for educational support team meetings. We send home progress reports, and we'll meet coming up here at conferences and again in the spring with parents. Our groups are really flexible. We meet weekly to discuss how the groups are going, what progress is being made, and adapt any changes there. And then we also attend the professional learning communities of the grade level teachers to help give them resources and to hear about how the students we're seeing are applying what they're learning back in the classroom. Right. As far as family involvement, we send books home for the summer, prizes. We're just constantly handing them out so that the kids have them in their hands. We give notes on reading tips and look-fors when we meet for parent-teacher conferences. Over the summer, we make sure that students have reading materials and reading logs, and also we send home a bunch of math fluency games with dice and cards for students to use. We also plan family engagement nights. This year, ours will be held in the spring, and I'm partnering with our parent-teacher group to plan that.
And then as part of the grant, we also have private school partners. We have 2 in Onalaska, St. Pat's and St. Paul's. And then within our district, we have Great River Montessori. So we support resident students who attend those programs with title supports. Any questions, comments about our title program?
So for those other schools, are you're traveling to those schools for the support, or
It's
not?
usually financial support. So
Financial support.
they, for St. Pat's and St. Paul's, we partner with the School District of Alaska, and they provide tutoring services. Great River Montessori's looks a little different. They don't actually they don't generate an allocation in Title I, so we support with Title II and Title IV, and that just looks a little bit different.
So, okay. Any questions?
With the qualification, was that like a free and reduced lunch threshold? Okay.
Yes. they were right on the edge, missed it, and so, but we're right back on.
What is it? Do you know what it is out of curiosity, percentage?
Well, it's always back a year, so I'd have to,
It's okay. Just wondered, like if they.
it's right around that
a
25%,
percentage?
so.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Bridget.
And then moving on to item 8.2, Kim Edwards will continue with the field experience contract for Grand Canyon University. This item will appear in the October 28th consent agenda.
Yes, so we have Grand Canyon University would like to extend their field experience contract that they currently have with us. The one that we have had has expired. This would, as soon as approved, take effect and would be extended through 2027. So this would allow for student teachers, but with this group, it's primarily student teachers that they place with us.
Okay, any questions? No questions. Thank you. All right, moving on to the consent agenda. For the consent agenda, the board has been furnished with background materials on each item or has discussed it at a previous meeting. These will be acted upon with one vote without discussion. Would any board member like to pull an item out of the consent agenda to be discussed and or voted on separately? I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as provided.
So moved.
Motion by Barb,
I'll second.
second by Chris. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right, moving on to the board debrief. I will call upon board members and ask you to present any comments or committee reports you have. So tonight, we'll start with Lindsay.
Well, I just want to thank everyone who was involved in making these. I mean, this is incredible. And there's candy in it for people that don't know. So I'm really excited about that as well. But the talent that goes into this, I mean, I feel like we never made stuff like this, or at least I was never given the opportunity in high school. And I would have loved to do that. So this is really great to see the skills. So appreciate that. And then had the DEI committee, and I think I'll let Bridget take away that update. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Maggie.
I agree. This was very thoughtful and kind of them to put together. Want to make sure to say thank you to bus drivers, school nutrition folks, the new staff. I know a number of them have been here for a while already, but still new. And then we'll also mention that the policy committee met on the 2nd and advanced a number of policies to the board. We had one that will come back to the committee for further review.
Okay, Bridget.
Yeah, we had our DEI committee meeting prior to the board meeting tonight, and our district leadership brought forth our DEI long-range plan, which is based on the focus areas from our dashboard, and just really appreciated the time and energy that went into this plan. We had some great discussion. They are going to be making final revisions and bringing back updates to our committee in our meeting in November. And then after that, we will be bringing that to the board at large for approval. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Barb.
Again, thank you for our gift this evening. And I just wanted to make a note. I've been seeing on social media lately all of the opportunities that our students have been getting to get out. There was a trip to the Mississippi Valley Conservancy last week. The preschool kids had a family outing. They got to go to the wildlife refuge. And I just appreciate that we're giving our students the opportunity to get out and to take advantage of all of the natural beauty that we have in this area. So I just think that's a really neat thing.
All right, thanks, Barb. Kevin.
I want to say that there's a choir concert upcoming on Friday, October 25th. And there's the first round table meeting, which happened last Friday, which consists of 4 students from student council, 4 students from SLT, and myself. And then this upcoming Thursday, there's the reality store. It's sort of a tradition for seniors to go to. This week, there's pre-ACT testing during advisory. So I hope students try and have fun with that, and seniors to enjoy the extra advisory time. Also, for seniors to get cap and gown before Thursday, because then those cost more. Get your yearbooks before the price increases. The fall play is upcoming. Also, I want to thank the students for these gifts. I know it takes a lot of time. And then also be prepared for the upcoming fall blood drive in November, because there is a blood shortage, there has been, and especially more stress with the current global events like the hurricanes. And student council obviously is going with the American Red Cross like they've done multiple times. So donate, because I will.
Fair enough. All right, thank you. Khadijah?
Yeah, I guess what a great night for a board meeting. I got cookies when I walked in, and we all got these beautiful boxes with candy inside of them. That's one of the perks of the job they don't tell you when you're running for election. So I do want to take some time to just thank all of the other school board members sitting up here with me. I think the last year and a half has been incredibly full of growth for me, and getting to meet all of these incredibly qualified people and be in conversations with them and learn from them and hopefully contribute as well has been really powerful for me. So I appreciate all of you other school board members in this school board appreciation time.
All right, Chris?
Yes, it is an honor and a privilege to serve on the board, to represent the community and to work with you fine individuals. So thank you for the gift. Yes, I know I've said this many times, but when we go out to state school board convention, we often hear how awesome our food service program here is in Holmen. So if you don't take advantage of it, please do. I can't recommend it enough. And then had a chance to get out to the middle school conference championship golf match this afternoon, and glad to say the Vikings pulled it out again. So congratulations to all the middle school golfers on a well-played season.
All right. I also want to thank the students for the gift. Actually, I like it a lot. So I love the Long Serve Succeed, and I love the coasters. It's pretty cool. I also want to thank Mike Gasper and his nutrition services team for all their hard work and dedication to make sure that our kids get a nutritious breakfast and lunch every day. And I also want to thank all of our van and bus drivers during National School Bus Safety Week next week for all they do to transport our kids safely to and from school and to other events and things like that. So thank you for everything that you do. Moving on to item 10.3, the board has been provided the notes from the September 4th Policy Committee meeting, so please take a look at those. Item 10.4, the board has been provided with 15 policies from the Policy Committee for consideration. If a board member has any questions regarding a policy, they should reach out to Dr. Mueller prior to October 28th meeting, where the policies will appear on the consent agenda for approval. And then our upcoming board meeting schedule. On October 28th, which is our next meeting, we begin at 6 p.m. with a budget hearing, followed by the annual meeting, followed by a regular board meeting. So that'll be a little bit longer evening. And then on November 6th, we have a Wellness Committee meeting at 3:45 p.m. And then on November 11th, we have another DEI Committee meeting at 5 p.m., followed by a board meeting at 7 p.m. And then looking out towards January, we have the State Education Convention in Milwaukee, January 22nd through the 24th. So if you have not already responded to Stacy with if you can attend or not, please do so. And then I guess that's all I have. So is there any other business that needs to come before the board at this time? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Chris has moved.
Second.
Khadijah, a second to adjourn the meeting at 7:23 p.m. Motion carried. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.